Onna is the poster child for Season 14. Her potential to carry is second to none, and I'm going to show you guys just how you can utilize Onna to her maximum potential, as well as show you mistakes that you could be making and how to fix them. Before we nade right in, make sure to check out GameLeap.com for hundreds of professional guides made by top 500 professionals to up your game and hit your dream rank. Make a name for yourself and improve fast. Alright guys, here's Onna on Horizon. So we're going into the attack, so let's see how we go ahead and go through the choke. Already, it's looking like a mess, right? The Reinhardt's way too far up. He goes ahead and goes back, which is really good. But now we're in a really bad position as Onna. But we're essentially forced to be on this position because we're sort of running a death brawl with the Reinhardt, Zarya, Lucio. So I need to be playing on the Reinhardt. And this is my first mistake here. Even though I knew the Roadhog was behind, I went ahead and just jumped off thinking that I'd be safe here. But instead, I get hooked and I go ahead and pay for it. What I should have done there was just play with the Reinhardt. Given that we are playing the Death Brawl composition. So essentially we're basically playing as if we're just this giant ball of death and destruction. Anyways, we go ahead and take the first point. Let's take a look at what we do second. So I did go ahead and get long spawn, but Lucio's here to speed me up, and right away I see Roadhog trying to go for that cheeky hook. I go ahead and punish him for it, and Anna's really good at this because Anna's nade and sleep is so easy to hit on Hog and it just destroys him. Let's pause right here. So here we see a lot of people critical. We see the Genji critical and the Zarya critical. Now, I should have been on the Genji because he is a squishier target and Zarya had more survivability with her bubbles. But instead, I went ahead and tunneled on Zarya and just let Genji die. And with this mistake, I'm going to go ahead and iterate that when you're healing multiple people that are critical, you need to see who needs it the most, who's more susceptible to get picked off and just die. Because as your main support, your primary function is to keep your team alive. Whether that be by peeling or just downright healing. Now, I am playing in the back here, got very good antis, so with this we're able to move up because I want to give Nano to Reinhardt, and as soon as I give the Nano to Reinhardt, I go ahead and play on the right truck right here. This way I'm less of a threat, or less of a target to the enemy team, and I'm able to do what I need to do here. We go ahead and wipe the enemy team, so I start playing aggressive to look for any sleeps or antis, and ultimately get almost a 6-minute time limit left on Horizon. So being on a defense, we want to go ahead and play behind Reinhardt's shield and see which way they're going to go, left or right. And so the enemy team goes right here, but the Reinhardt goes way too in front of the team. And accordingly, we go ahead and punish that by throwing out an anti-nade. It wasn't the biggest, but it got 2 kills anyways. We go ahead and get the sleep on the Rein and just clean up. Now, keep in mind my positioning here. Despite us winning that fight, we still don't want to die as a main healer, because if we die as a main healer, that could ultimately just turn that fight around, even if it looks won. Also, I didn't play aggressive because if I started playing aggressive and getting out of position, I wouldn't be able to heal my team, and at the same time, if I get picked off because I'm doing some stupid thing like that, I'm putting myself in a position where I have nothing to gain but everything to lose. And because the enemy has spawn advantage here, it is horrible for me to die. So again, we're going to go ahead and position ourselves on the top here, see which way they go. And this time they're trying the left side. So we're going to play accordingly. We're going to start playing around the right side here. We're going to switch over to the right side and just start healing. So we want to always be away from the enemy front line. And once we win that frontline trade, we're going to go ahead and play aggressive here, see what we can get. But here's the mistake that I make. I drop down here when Widow died, and I go ahead and die myself as a result. Now, let's go back to what I talked about spawn advantage here. When you're on the attacking side of every single map, you inherently have less travel distance than the defending team. And because of that, let's say that the attacking side lost 2 people and the defending side lost 2 people as well. Now, despite it being an equal trade, the attacking side actually has the advantage here because they have a shorter distance to walk. And because they have that shorter distance to walk, they can regroup faster than the defending team, and they'll be more coordinated. So an equal trade between attack and defense is actually good for attack. So jumping down on the Genji, not the best idea. And we do try to salvage the situation, but it is lost, so let's just go ahead and go on to the next point and see what we do here. So going into the second point, they're rushing the top left. So let's see exactly how I play. Our Reinhardt jumps down, so we're going to jump down too because they are rushing the left side. Now, I'm a little Monka-esque here because they're right above me. They're like to my left, to my right. So I'm going to go ahead and switch positions right here. Now, the reason I switch positions is because they are behind us. And as a main healer, you want to survive, and to survive, you want to keep as much distance away from that diving team. So this is one of those rare situations where you position closer to the enemy spawn. So on this next fight, we have Nano, and we want to get that Nano off, especially on a Reinhardt. So that's going to be our main priority. So the way I'm positioned here, the enemy team is on the right side of this wall, so I'm being very careful as to not get picked here. So I'm going to go ahead and give the Nano to Ryan, and I'm in a position where I can help my teammate from getting killed by the Genji, and because of that, we go ahead and clean up and also get Zarya's Grav. Upon respawning, we have a little bit of a problem. They're rushing in our team and we have no front line. So what we're going to do here is just play safe in the back here and try to heal who we can. And they catch wind of this and the D.Va goes ahead and tries to dive me. Now I'm saving my sleep for her defense matrix to run out. I'm going to leave her right behind me, call it out that she's there, and I have Nano again. So we're going to go ahead and pop that just to be safe. Because I called that the D.Va was sleeping near me, I was able to get peel from my friendly D.Va and ultimately kill her off. In an extended fight like this, the most important thing is which team can get support and sustain the most. And because of that, they're going to want to try to pick off their healers. Each team is going to try to pick off the healers. And so we're just going to go ahead and play sneaky beaky like, just playing around cover so we don't get picked off. Because they are all looking for me. And so they're forced to retreat because my team was getting so much sustain there because I was not dying. Alright guys, so here I want to show you just how important Onna nade is for her own good. So because Winston's diving me, the only sustain I have for myself is the nade, and at the same time I damage the Winston and prevent him from getting healing. And so because of that, I'm able to ultimately win that 1v1. And one thing I want to touch up on is cooldown and ability management. So you gotta know that for abilities such as Anna's, which has a really long cooldown, when you use it and just waste it out of nowhere, then the problem is that you're not going to be able to have it if somebody dives you. Because Anna's sleep and Anna's nade is ultimately a peel device. Like for example, if you're getting attacked and flanked and all that stuff is Anna and you're feeding, just take a look at how you're using your abilities and where it's going. Because if they're focusing you that much, you want to be saving that for yourself. So the essential tips I showed you guys is where and how to position for each scenario, as well as teach you guys just how important cooldown management is as Onna, and this applies to all heroes. One of the biggest failing points in people not being able to rank up is that they throw their cooldowns for no reason whatsoever, where it stands to have zero value. So I really want you guys to start being mindful of how you're using your cooldowns. Think to yourself why you used an ability and what value it had. If it had minimal value, think of what you could have done. Also, if you die, think about what cooldowns you did and didn't have, and just exactly how you could have turned it around using them. For more in-depth guides for any hero, make sure to check out GameLeap.com to up your game. Thanks for watching guys, make sure to like and subscribe, it really does mean a lot for us. And also, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out.